Well, Nathan Heaney and the new WBA Continental Middleweight Champion. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling very good here. It was the way I knew he was going to have a different game plan coming into this. Obviously, he couldn't be tentative like it was in the last fight because obviously I won the first 4 out of the 5 rounds in the first one. So I knew he was going to come at me. But me and Steve said, if he comes at you, you've got to let him know what time it is, like, and what fight we're in. And obviously, that's what I did in round 1. But I had to be very conscious of what I did back in the day when we had it behind closed doors and I fought Ryan Oliver. I thought I was going to blast him out, turn around, and I went too much and blew a gasket in that one. I had to be very cautious of this one. I knew I'd hurt him badly in round 1, probably 3 or 4 times maybe. But I thought, he just isn't quite ready yet. So I had to just back off a little bit. But then what happened in maybe round 3, I let him close the distance a little bit too much. And that's when Steve was giving me a bit of a bollock and saying, you're doing exactly what I told you not to do, which has happened quite a few times in fights. But then I just knew, after that, when I was boxing and just moving off and Steve said he's open to the counter left hook all the time. So bang, I was just spinning off, and then I could see him getting frustrated. At one point, he was like, come to me. And Steve was like, hey, don't listen to that rubbish. So just boxing just frustrated him a little bit. But he just kept working me on the double jab and I just knew I had to keep moving. But no, I haven't been cut, have I, ever? No.
You got no cut, there's a few bruises.
Yeah, but I just hope it felt like it was an entertaining fight.
It was.
Yeah. Thank you. And the crowd were phenomenal, man. What a crowd. Like, bear in mind, they have to travel 50 minutes. This isn't down the road for them. This is 50 minutes again, and they travel everywhere to support me. So, and it just makes it worth it to obviously bring a title back to the city.
Well, let's talk about that first round briefly, because for a minute there, I thought you was going to get him out of there. I thought, who is this guy, Moses Italma? The way you were boxing there, did you think you were going to get him out?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense how I knew I was cracking him. I thought, bloody hell, he is one tough bastard. Like, but then there's a part of me that's thinking, now, don't be careful because he's very fit. And obviously I knew the plan for him was obviously work me, get me tired down the stretch. So I just had to be a bit cautious and not go too much in it. Because if I'd made the mistake I made in that Ryan Oliver fight, he could have taken over later on. But I felt like I had good energy throughout the fight. And yeah, I was happy with it.
I think at times you boxed better than I've ever seen you box in there. You was landing big, hard, heavy shots, moving out the way. Did it feel like you were in control in there?
Yeah, I felt like, Steve was saying, if you use your boxing skills and bang move, you can stand him on his head. And I don't think I've ever really shown me boxing ability, really. I've always been, everyone thinks, one of the worst bloody insults I ever saw was someone put, he boxes like he's from the 1920s. I'm like, it's like, but it's, yeah, but I think, yes, like I said, there's still ways people say, oh, he's a club boxer and all this bollocks, but I don't care. I'm living the dream at this moment in time. I'm boxing on BT Sports, headline on BT Sport, putting a good show on, and this is my full-time job, and yeah, and that's it. So I can't take anything away from myself because, yeah, I'm loving it.
I absolutely love that answer. I mean, the crowd there, I think you've got some of the most rabid, brilliant fans in all of boxing. In football, they call it the 12th man. What's the equivalent here with your Stokies?
It's the 1500th man. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the phenomenal. Like there's no supporters like that in the UK. The unity between them all is phenomenal. Like and it's very strange, very surreal to hear. Obviously, like my little daughter, she's 7 years old. She don't have a clue what this is about. Like, this is just everyday life for me. Well, every 3 to 6 months, like, but like, no, it's just it's phenomenal what they're doing and the noise they make. It just makes it's when you're entertaining people before you've even thrown a punch, and then obviously you're entertaining people when you're throwing a punch, and then entertaining people after the fight. Vinny, come here. Oh no, he's one of my best friends, Vinny. Like, but yeah, yeah.
At a time when Delilah is under threat, you really gave it some extra welly tonight.
Yeah, it's always it's a privilege. It's phenomenal. Like I say, it's the most surreal feeling. Obviously, waiting behind there. I mean, fair play to Jack, man. I was smashing him with shots, and the crowd were electric. And like, he didn't even walk out to music. I don't think, did he? No, did he mean to do that or not?
I'm not sure how it happened, but I think your fans were proper going for him as well.
You gotta have some bottles to take that, I'm telling you, and he did. He did himself proud. Yeah, but man, pardon me, I drank a lot of water. So yeah.
What's next for the Hitman? You've got this WBA Continental Middleweight title. You probably want, I don't know, you've got an eye on the British title as well. You want to fight at Stoke. There's so many kind of options out there. What do you want to do?
I'd love to fight for the British title, 1,000,000%. And to fight for the British title at Stoke City would be the ultimate dream. I want to meet with Frank and George soon, obviously down in the office and stuff, and just see what the plan's going to be next. Because obviously, it's good to see what the Continental side has brought to me with the WBA, whether I get a ranking with them or not. But if I do get a ranking, let's see what can happen. But yeah, the idea is obviously take that and times it by 10, like and do it at the ground, 15 to 20,000 there. Do you know what I mean? It would be probably the greatest atmosphere that's probably ever been seen, or one of at least one of. Yeah.
The British champion is Denzel Bentley. If you're after him and he still has the belt, what sort of message do you think you sent Denzel Bentley tonight if he was watching?
Yeah, it's like anything. We're all watching each other fight, and we all pick each other apart when we're watching it. So Denzel probably think, yeah, I box well, but he'll probably look at things and think, I can do this, I can do that. We all think that. He's not going to think, bloody hell, Heaney's looking okay. I wouldn't fight him. He'd fight me tomorrow. Well, he fought that bloody Kazakhstan lad, didn't he? Said for the world title, so he ain't bothered about anyone. But yeah, the British title, don't matter who's got the title. I'd love to. It'd be an honour to fight for the British title, and if I could ever become a British champion, that would be a dream.
Nathan Heaney, thank you so much. It was a brilliant fight, and I thought it was the best performance of your career. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.